So, the new year is here. And you know what that means, right? Everyone's talking about New Year, New You. It's this idea that a fresh calendar means a fresh start. And that sounds great. But today, we're going to dig into a much more powerful way to think about what it actually takes to change your life.
And hey, it's a really tempting thought, isn't it? That just because the date changes from December 31st to January 1st, we can magically become a different person. But what if that whole way of thinking is, well, kind of a trap? That's really the big question we're exploring today.
And right here, this is the core of the problem for so many of us. We slip into this passive mode where we're just waiting. Waiting for the perfect job to fall into our lap, for a relationship to magically fix everything, or for the calendar to give us permission to start over. We're waiting for life to happen to us.
But here's the thing. The real game changer, the new life we're all hoping for, it doesn't just show up one day. It's not something that happens to you. No, it's something you have to actively build. You are the architect of your own life.
Okay, so this slide lays it out perfectly. It's like there are two basic ways to live. Over on the left, you've got life by chance. This is the I hope I win the lottery mindset. It's all about luck and passivity. But on the right, that's life by choice. And that's the active path. It's about making deliberate decisions, building real self-discipline, and consciously taking action to steer your own ship.
And let's be real, banking your future on a lucky break, something that's totally out of your control, is a pretty shaky plan, right? It's not really a strategy, it's just hitting the snooze button on your life. It keeps you stuck right where you are, waiting for a miracle instead of creating your own momentum.
Wow. Okay, this quote, it really doesn't pull any punches. It hammers home just how dangerous that inaction can be. The idea here is that a life without growth, without conscious effort, a life that's just stuck in place, that's the real tragedy. Okay, so if just waiting around is the problem, then what's the answer? Well, the great secret, and it's so simple it's almost easy to miss, is that transformation isn't some big, complicated mystery. It all comes down to a single choice. It begins the very moment you decide to take the wheel. And this is where we get to the core idea for how to actually do this. It's a concept called lifestyle discipline. Basically, it's the solid foundation you build for yourself. It's a conscious, organized path that supports everything else you want to achieve, whether that's spiritual growth, mental clarity, or physical health.
So how do you actually build this discipline? Well, it boils down to 3 really practical steps. First, you have to make a conscious decision. No half measures, you commit. Second, and this is so important, you don't wait to feel motivated. You generate your own energy through action. Get up and do that yoga, even if you don't feel like it. And third, you set up a routine. You rig the game in your favor with simple things, like putting your alarm clock way across the room so you literally have to get out of bed.
Now, you might be wondering, where does all this discipline even begin? The answer might surprise you. It actually starts with your body. This quote is all about flipping the script on the idea that spirituality is somehow separate from our physical selves. It argues that our body is the vessel for our potential, and our first duty is to take care of it.
Yeah, this completely shatters that old myth of the unattended body. The idea that to be spiritual, you have to kind of neglect your physical self. Nope, it's the exact opposite. A truly elevated life demands an active body and mind. It's about conscious care, not neglect. It's about building a strong physical foundation so you can have a clear and powerful mind.
And this totally reframes how we think about success, doesn't it? We're often taught to chase the money, the career, but this perspective says, hold on, you've got it backward. Real, lasting success isn't just about wealth. It starts with mastering yourself first, your body and your mind. Financial success is just a natural result of that inner strength.
So when you strip it all away, it comes down to this one powerful thing, a single conscious decision. And remember, doing nothing, that's a decision too. It's a decision to let things stay exactly as they are. Your entire future can pivot on the very next choice you make.
Which brings us to the big question, the one that's just for you. Knowing all this, knowing that you are the creator, where do you begin? What's that first, small, conscious step you're going to take?
And that's the ultimate takeaway. Forget January 1st. Forget next Monday. The magic isn't in a date on the calendar. It's in a decision in your mind. Your new life starts the second you decide it does. So, what will it be?